Good morning, Bloom Trojans. This is the Friday show. Coming up on today's edition of BloomScene, Miss Matthes. I am your host, Anaya, and on activities we have Ori, and on sports we have Deshaun. It is Friday, January 10th, 2025, and you are watching BloomScene. Now for our top story. In the fall, we advertise voter registration. Even though the presidential election is over, getting registered to vote is still important. There are important local elections taking place in 2025. If you are 17, you can vote in the February primary as long as you will be 18 by the April 1st general election. An email was sent to all students on Monday, January 6th, with more information and a link to register. In other news, it is a new semester. That means students are meeting new teachers. Let's get to know more about Ms. Matthes.
So today we're here with,
Miss Matthes.
okay, and how long have you taught at Bloom High School?
This is my 10th year at Bloom.
Okay, and did you work anywhere else before coming to Bloom?
I did. I was a paraprofessional for a special ed co-op called Arrow, and I was there for 5 years while I was getting my teaching certificate.
What classes have you taught at Bloom, and what classes do you currently teach?
So I currently teach 3 sections of English 2 and 2 sections of American Lit. I've always been all English 2 until last year I started teaching juniors, and some of my students got stuck with me for 2 years in a row.
Okay, and how would you describe your teaching style?
I would say I'm definitely a mama bear type. I'm kind and I'm definitely loving to my students, but I'm also really big on procedures, and I'm kind of obsessed with making my students work together and talk to each other.
Okay. And what is your favorite thing about working at Bloom?
The students, for sure. I love seeing my students grow up, become BloomScene stars, and just turn into these amazing versions of themselves. And then I also love the staff. I have so many wonderful friends here. Honestly, I could say something nice about every single adult in this building, which means a lot.
Okay, and what were you like in high school? Like, what kind of sports, clubs, or activities were you involved in?
I was basically the type who did like the bare minimum to get by. I really didn't care about academics. I was just trying to talk to my friends, play as much volleyball as I could, but I will say I was really good at playing school even before I was a teacher. Like, I would get B's and C's. I would kind of fly under the radar, but I was always very kind to everyone, and that was always very helpful.
Okay, and last question is, what do you do for fun when you are not at work?
Oh, I'm a mom, so I don't really have fun anymore. Just kidding. I have fun with my little girls. I have 2 little ones. I have Aria, who's 5, and then I have Gwenny, who's 2. So I just chase them around, hang out with my husband, and honestly, when I'm not here, I'm usually telling stories about my students or bragging about them. I love working here, so I do have fun while I'm here, but I love spending time with my family too.
Okay, that's the last question. So that's it for BloomScene. Bye, guys.
That's it for our announcements. Let's go to Ori with your activities.
Thanks, Anaya. Interested in participating in a competitive but creative activity? Consider joining the D206 Color Guard. Color Guard members perform choreographed dances and routines using flags and rifles to interpret and bring music to life at football games, parades, and our marching band competitions. All students enrolled in the fine arts class or involved with the sport throughout the year are encouraged to participate. No prior experience is required, but experience in dance would be good. Clinic dates will be shared soon. Email Ms. Diaz with any questions at mdiaz@sd206.org. The Scholastic Bowl team competed in the first round of the conference tournament on Wednesday, January 8th. We lost to Kankakee, Bloom Trail, Rich Township, and Cremonian. Still, MVP David Patino Serrano did very well, answering 12 toss-up questions. He is currently ranked 7th among all players in the Southland Athletic Conference. The team will compete in the second round of the conference championship next Wednesday, January 15th. Meet in Mr. Cook's room after school. That's it for activities. Now let's go to Deshaun with sports.
Thanks, Ori. The girls' basketball team faces Sandburg this Saturday, January 11th. The girls are currently 14-7, overall 6-1 in conference. They are ranked number 1 in the South Holland Athletic Conference. The boys' basketball team defeated Creek Monique Tuesday in a close game, 54-51. They took on Rich Township yesterday. We are waiting for that score. The boys play against Corliss this Saturday. The boys are currently 10-5 overall, 2-1 in conference. Congratulations to the boys bowling team for defeating Thornton. The varsity team won in blazing fashion, dominating the competition with a score of 1,651 to 1,483. Don Adams of Bloom scored his season high. The JV team trailed by 59 pins after the first game, but rallied from behind to beat Thornton by 9 pins. Javante Burnett of Bloom led the comeback. It was down to Jonte Britton of Bloom last frame, and he delivered the team victory. Both teams are second place in conference. Yesterday, the bowlers faced Bradley at Stardust Bowl in Dyer. We should have results on our next show. Go BT Bowling. That's it for sports. Let's take it back to Anaya.
That's BloomScene. Teachers, email your announcements to Mr. Cook, and we will see you here again.